Hey, this is DIY with Jay, and we back for another video, right? I've been going for a while, to say the least. I jumped into the trucking business like everybody else in America, right? Today marks actually a year and 3 months. I got started like in April of 2021. And actually I got started in January. I applied for my EIN number. April-ish, May was when I got my first truck. So from January 21st to April, I took a course by the dude name is Good Energy, Alex with Good Energy. I took his course. I also watched a couple trucking with Colby. Something I watched a couple of his YouTube videos and stuff. But after I paid like $2,000 for Alex's course, I had a lot of trouble paying anything else for a course about trucking once I realized everything that you need to know about trucking is on the internet. It's calling up, asking, inquiring, and doing the research. And YouTube. But fast forward all that. You already know how to get started, how to build your business credit, how to establish your authority and all that. All that's on the internet. What's not on the internet? What is absolutely not on the internet. So I guess this would be one of those videos, what you don't know about trucking. In my year and about 2-3 months, I done had a truck stolen, a truck wrecked, replacing the engine in a tractor, disgruntled employees, where they like damage your vehicles. We've been all the way to California, Maine, New York, Indiana, Mexico. Well, not New Mexico, rather not Mexico, and all throughout Texas. We had flat tires. We had brake issues. We had issues where it wasn't nothing wrong, but the driver didn't have the truck in neutral to start it. Everything under the sun that can happen to somebody in their first year happened to us. And it is amazing that we're still here. You get in this game with $$ for guidance. The absolute wrong thing to do. This business, like any other business, is a marathon. Shout out to Nipsey. You can't go in here with a quick thought process. Well, I got one truck, I should make $1,000 a week. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Especially out that first month. Oh, also did Amazon. And the first 6 months we did Amazon. But where we was based out of in Raleigh, North Carolina, we was going like 200 miles and 200 miles a night for literally like maybe $350, $400 for 200 miles. That's like $1.10, $1.15 a mile. What got us into going over the road was I accidentally booked a load on Amazon, going from North Carolina to New Jersey. And it was me because I saw how much it was. I wasn't thinking because I was chasing the $ and not the mileage. So I booked it, boom. And at that time I scored maybe 87, 88. And I was so petrified that we were gonna have to cancel this load and our score was gonna drop. We was already getting garbage rates anyway, but we got in the truck and they drove to New Jersey, delivered to Amazon in New Jersey, came back, and I think it was at that time, that was the most we had made. It was like $1,200 for that load. That was the most we made. But mind you, we've been going 6 nights a week. Amazon, and we $2,500. By the time I paid the driver, the truck note, the insurance, I I may got like $400-500 left over for the month. Exactly. You can get in this game and make $400-500. So you kept telling yourself, oh, when the truck paid off, you know, that's another $1,000. Well, that's another 5 years. So that trip to New Jersey really helped me clarify what I wanted to do in this business. We went on from there to getting another truck. So I found a guy in Florida. In Miami, he had a box truck that was going, it was like 2015, and I got it for, I want to say 37. I had to put $12,000 down, and the rest was kind of like $1,000 payments. I came and got the truck, drove back to North Carolina. Truck worked fine. Truck still runs fine. Best purchase I ever bought, I think. Hired another driver. So, well, my brother hired this driver, and it was a friend's son. And Joy, his name was Joy. He came down here, grabbed the truck, and they drove back to North Carolina. So he was driving, and then it was like he had I won't say an issue with authority, because respect is earned, you know what I mean? And respect is given as well. You got to give it to get it. I guess some places that he went, he wasn't really given respect by some of these people, and that could have been anything. It could have been the way he dressed, how he approached them, anything. I don't know. I wasn't there. So he's snapping back at the people. But when I talked to him, he really didn't seem like that type of dude. But he took his girlfriend, his kid's mom, whoever, he took her on the road with him a couple times, and every time she get on the road, it's always issues. It's issues with something. When he by himself, smooth as a bird, don't hear from him. As soon as she get in the car with him, in the truck with him, I get like 30 phone calls. This, that, the third, whatever. He decided he couldn't do it. He wasn't making no money, blah, blah, blah. And mind you, I had offered him, because, you know, again, it's the internet, so you're trying to find out the best way to run your business. All right, you learn from other people's mistakes. So me talking, it's two options to get paid. You get paid a percentage of the load, you get paid by mileage. I went with mileage. Mileage meaning like once you explain to the driver, like, yo, you get paid by the mile. 30 cents, 40 cents, whatever it is, you get paid by the mile. So if I drive 3,000, 4,000 miles a week, I know my paycheck gonna be X. Now you get percentage of the load, hey, you get 15% of the load. I don't control the loads, right? I don't control the rate that they give. You may have a load going to Texas, only paying $1,200. Texas like 1,200 miles. You get $30 of that, maybe $150 if it's 15%. I'm saying all that to say this. For the benefit of my drivers, I chose the mile itch, and I went at 30%, 30 cents a mile. After 6-7 months, you can bump it up 35, bump it up a nickel. That steadily increases their pay. It makes me feel more comfortable with them on the road, knowing that they're gonna get their job done. I also give a $100 bonus for a week for on-time delivery. Like, if you on time the whole week, at the end of the week, you're gonna have a $100 bonus. You miss one, that's out, you know what I mean? So, got another driver, and that driver was a little iffy. His name was Keith. And when my dispatcher, because at this point, I got a dispatcher now. My dispatcher said, hey, I know you're looking for another driver. There's this kid named Marquise. I used to dispatch for another company that he worked for. He called me up looking for a job. reached out to him, hey, not blah, 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 introduce myself, stuff like that. He was telling me that he was working for another company. He's been in a hotel for like 2 weeks because they was trying to get the truck fixed. All right, cool, you employed right now, so don't worry about it. He said, well, they ain't paid me. I'm spending my own money for this hotel. And so he was kind of like ready to go. All right, well, you ready to go. I got you. All right, cool. So I don't know, this could have been karma. I got him on a plane. He came back down to Raleigh, put him in the truck, and his first run was to New Jersey from Raleigh. He gets there, made the drop, everything cool. We booked him another, that was like he made that run from Thursday to Friday. So Friday, he got another run from New Jersey to like Louisiana. I checked the ELD. He got there, he made his drop Friday in New Jersey. So he had a whole weekend to get to Louisiana. I checked the ELD Sunday, and this boy just in Virginia. He literally just reached Virginia. He got to turn this thing in Monday. And I hit him up. Hey, man, what's going on? What's up? Man, you supposed to be in Louisiana on Monday at 8 a.m. No, they said I got 4 days. I said, man, where? Where you got 4 days at? Bro, you just picked that thing up on Friday. So you trying to tell me you picked it up on Friday, you ain't got to deliver it until Tuesday? Oh man, so all these different excuses. Fast forward about a month and a half. I found out the man had a habit. His habit was weed and lot lizards. Lot lizards are prostitutes. So he'd get paid on Friday and no lie, asking me for an advance on Tuesday. Paid on Friday and asking me for an advance on Tuesday. And it got so bad that he was lying about, oh yeah, I gotta help my mom out. Gotta help my sister out. Man, this man was buying weed, getting high with the lot lizards, going about his business. He was a diabetic too, so you living your life. Rest in peace, he passed away shortly after I had to let him go. He ran for me maybe like 4 or 5 months, but I had to let him go. And shortly after that, I heard that he passed. He passed away inside the truck at somebody else's employment. The second, I had these disgruntled employees. Well, the second dude I had, it was, again, one of my brother's friends. And he used to say, man, I'm a superhero of this shit. I'm a superhero driving. I'm a boss. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. He got my truck stolen. And for the life of me, man, is this an inside job? But long story short, it was a big snowstorm in November of last year. Up and down Virginia, all these, for maybe 10 hours, these cars are stuck. He gets off 95, hits some back streets, goes to a pilot gas station, gets out the truck, drops the keys right by the truck, goes and uses the restroom, comes back, the truck's gone. He called me, blah, 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 blah. Truck gone, y'all came to get it? Nah, we ain't come to get it. I looked at ELD, and it says it was down the street. He starts walking, mind you, it's snowing. He starts walking and he finds the ELD on the side of the road. We made the police report. I put him in the hotel, and at this point, I'm just furious. I don't got nothing to say to him. Again, he's a friend of my brother. So my brother convinced me to just get him a hotel room. Because I was done. It's a long story short, but he just did a lot of talking, not a lot of moving. You know what I mean? You know how somebody talk the talk, they ain't really walking the walk? That was him. Fast forward, the guy who stole the truck ran into a ditch, got stuck, called a tow truck. Tow truck pulled him out. He didn't have enough money to pay him. Then he tried to escape the tow truck. Tow truck ran in front of the truck, drove in front of the truck, slammed on brakes, and the back of his rig cut the front wheel, the front tire, some of the engine, the lights, the hood, all that destroyed. I got pictures. All that stuff destroyed. So it's like a fight. And here go the funny part. It ain't funny, but the man charged me $5,000 to get the load off the back of the truck. Again, at this point, I maybe like 6 months in, 7 months in. I didn't know. I didn't know it was illegal. All right, listen to me. It's illegal for a tow truck company to charge you anything for a vehicle that's been stolen. They cannot charge you for a vehicle that's been stolen. He charged me $5,000. I've been working to get that $5,000 back. I couldn't. I went through his insurance. They weren't trying to budge. So I had in my insurance, his insurance had to deny it first before my insurance. I went through his insurance. His insurance had to deny it first before my insurance would pick it up. So once his insurance denied it, then I started getting paid by my insurance. Now here comes a part of the story when you start getting shabby work. Now, mind you, first 6 months, 7 months, I thought I seen the worst, from drivers to the truck, the maintenance, the people that you meet. I thought I seen it all. This time, I bought another truck. It's a tractor trailer. Well, actually, I didn't buy it yet. I have him leased on as my company, so he ran underneath my authority. There was a new kid, doing this thing. So he ran underneath my authority for like maybe a month and a half. He bought a tractor, pretty nice, put TRUCKN Miami on the side of it. And he ran underneath my authority. I was charging him 20%. He ran underneath my authority. I would charge him 20%. Out of this 20%, minus is fuel, minus is insurance, minus is ELD, minus is pre-pass, right? So he made maybe roughly $3,400, $3,500 a week. I'll take my 20%, so I was getting maybe $800, $900 a check. And I'll take this portion to pay the insurance and whatever else I got to pay for the company. I messed up because that was my first time at least on my own. I ain't give him a check in the hole. Like, I ain't put no money up for when he decided to leave or quit or have bad days. So as soon as that money came in that week, I was shooting it to him, right? He had to pay his driver, but I was shooting it to him. He had a power on, so he didn't have a rig. He didn't have a trailer. So finding loads of power only started to get a little rough. Then it's this thing where you can transport trailers from one location to another, but then while you transport them, they allow you to use them to book other loads. Like, you might have it for a week. So in that week, you can book as many loads you want to, heading towards the direction you got to drop the trailer off. So we did that with him. He made money. Then that ran out, and then he stopped making money. And then when he stopped making money, I had to cover my insurance and his insurance. So he finally sold it to me. He sold it to me, and the driver. So that went good. About all of 2 weeks. Then truck was overheating. Right, trying to figure out why the truck was overheating. So the driver, I met him down in Florida. He putting coolant in the truck. He go 200-300 miles. He got to refill the coolant. So we buying like 4 or 5 things of coolant, trying to figure out what it was. So I finally said, we was in Georgia. I finally said, man, hey, take it to this Kenworth or whatnot. and see what the problem is. Why is combustion cooling in the combustion system? Whatever they were telling me was, I wound up needing an overhaul kit. For those of you who don't know, overhaul kit is like the end frame, and you need an overhaul kit, and that's like then replacing the engine. It costs $37,000 to do that. $37,000 to do that. Yeah, that's a brand new fucking truck. Not to mention, it ain't been a month since I bought this tractor. In my head, I'm thinking, like, yo, did you know this shit was fucked up and you sold it to me anyway? And so I've been a little salty about that, to say the least, but it's in the shop now. I'm giving that driver, money to hold off so he don't clear it. But hell, I don't got a contract with him, so he may still clear it, and I'm just wasting money. But I mean, you live and you learn. Box truck, so, and mind you, when I said that, like, Karma's a bitch, boy. Karma is a pure bitch. Back it up 4 weeks. I was talking to the dispatcher. Me and him got real cool about this. I was talking to the dispatcher. Named TP, like, TP, blah, 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 blah. Man, all 3 of my trucks running. I'm about to pay myself $2,000 a week. The minute I said that, I knew I knew it. I get a call the very next day. Hey, something going on with the truck. It ain't doing this, it ain't doing that. All right, cool. Say less, man. Pull over to a TA, and we're gonna take a look at it. So that truck went to the TA. They take a look at it. The day that truck was supposed to get out, the other box truck hit me up, and something was going on with that truck. He was in, where was he? Illinois. He was in Illinois, so he wound up having to stay in Illinois for a week and a half getting the box truck fixed. I can't remember. I don't know if it was, I don't even know what got fixed on that box truck. Oh, the PDM. And it got an extended warranty. And that was the truck that was wrecked. So they said because it was wrecked, because that truck was wrecked, they not going to replace, or they're not going to uphold the extended warranty because it was damaged a different type of way in the accident. So that was like $3,000, and it was like $4,800 to tow. Like $3,700, and then that came out the truck. That came out the shop, and we rolling. We went out of Texas from Illinois, and he was like, "Man, the light's still on. Everything still stayed the same thing." So he wound up needing some coolant, and once he put the coolant in there, all the lights went off. Pre-trip, you did your pre-trip. I'm looking at it on the Keep Trucking now. Motive. I can see the coolant level low. I had that conversation with a pre-trip. As soon as that happened, that's when the tractor go in the shop because of the coolant. So that's where I'm at now. 3 trucks in the shop. One should be done tomorrow. I'm assuming the tractor gonna be done early next week, and the other one is done now. We just gotta pick it up. So for the last week and a half, I ain't had no trucks running, but I still got a couple employees, and I still got to pay insurance, and my insurance is due. The re-up is due, so they asked me for questions about my drivers. Oh, by the way, I had my audit, that 1 year audit that you get, that safety year audit. Now, mind you only get audited if you have like shutdowns. The 2 asshole drivers I had a couple of shutdowns. One for we got overloaded. Like he didn't count the freight that the shipper put in the truck. So he was like 3,000 pounds overweight for a box truck, and he had a Class B's. So we had to pull over to a weigh station. He was shut down. We had to bring another box truck unload half of that so he can go over it, and they both took the load in. The other one that was an asshole, he got pulled over on the side. Why did he get stopped? Oh, because of the logs. He wasn't taking no logs. He wasn't connecting to the ELD. So I had to answer the phone. I had to talk to the highway patrolman and play it safe and talk to him like, hey man, we just got started. I don't even know how to do it. I'm messing up, blah, blah, blah. So he gave us a warning. He shut us down, but gave us a warning. So now they want to know everything. I got audited because I had 2 shutdowns. That's the only reason I got audited. So a new trucking authority, if you don't get no shutdowns, you won't get audited. But the minute you get a shutdown, best believe you get audited. Let's see. So I know I left out a couple things. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day, but I'm saying all this to say that, man, in this market, where the trucks then went up 30-40% in price, you got to find a way to swim. So that same dispatcher, I would tell you, I got real cool with TP. We started a company called Finish Line Logistics, and we're going to run new authorities under that company. I'm going to be dispatching. He's going to be dispatching. We're going to hire some people to dispatch for us. We're bringing everybody on. So if you start now, you know, we're going to bring you on at 6%. If you start once we up and rolling, you coming in at 12. And we keeping it fair, you know what I mean? But, man, the TP dude know a lot. He know a lot of people in the industry, so he can help you get trailers. He can tell you we got cheap mechanics that do good work, stuff like that. So I think he's a great resource. Me, I'm just a guy that's trying to get it done. Hey, this is DIY for Life with Jay. It's my box trucking journey, and it's not over. We're just pivoting, right? I'm still keep my 3 trucks. I want to start with 5, but I got 2 more to go. So we're just gonna pivot a little bit, get this logistics thing going, and we're gonna make it happen.
Chris loves the road and his truck, but hates searching for loads billing and paperwork. That's why Chris chose Finish Line Logistics. He does his job and gets help with all the rest. Yes, that's all about me. I asked, why should I trust that you provide the best rate per mile? They said the more I earn, the more they earned. And they were right. Do you think I'm obliged to take all the loads they found? No way! There's no forced dispatch here, and no monthly payments, just 12% of gross revenue. By the way, with Finish Line Logistics, you get 24/7 support and a dedicated dispatcher. And you can always change your dispatcher if you want to. Therefore, I recommended Finish Line Logistics to Justin. Now he signed an agreement too, and I got $500 for his invitation. And now the road awaits me. Everything else is solved by Finish Line Logistics.